But yeah, before we start, I'd just really like to reiterate my thanks to everyone that's contributed to making this day as fantastic as it's been. I'd also really like to thank the caterers for providing Mr. Westerway down there with all of his prawns, was it? There is a picture. It was a very big plate. So yes, I think we can all agree that the ceremony itself was great. If the sermon itself was maybe a little bit dodgy. But no, I'm sure that you will all enjoy the rest of the day as well. Now, isn't Naomi looking stunning?
Yes!
As for John, I suppose well done for trying. As you all know, the best man has several duties. It's his job to prepare the groom for the wedding, and John, I hope I have been of use. A few weeks back, we had a fantastic stag weekend, and as you can all see, there's been no long-term physical damage to John. What more could Naomi ask for? We heard earlier...
on his leg.
The scar. Yeah. We heard earlier in my dad's preach that marriage is about giving and taking, and this reminded me of a story that I'd heard a little while ago. A farmer and his brand new bride were riding home from a chapel in a wagon pulled by a team of horses when the older horse stumbled. The farmer said, "That's once." A little further along, the poor old horse stumbled again. The farmer said, "That's twice." After a little while, the poor old horse stumbled again. This time, the farmer didn't say anything, but reached under the seat, pulled up a shotgun, and shot the horse. Now, his brand new bride raised all kinds of hell with him, telling him that was an awful thing to do. The farmer said, "That's once." Now, I don't think your John will be like this. Naomi can be quite a formidable woman. It's also my job to enlighten the guests about embarrassing aspects of the groom's life. Now, unfortunately for us, John is very much safe. Some say that university is the best time of your life. A time for adventure, a time for partying. But the truth is, John was actually very boring at university. According to his friends, he didn't do anything worth telling you all about. Whilst his university experience hasn't given me a great deal of ammo, living with him for 19 years certainly has. Before I started writing this speech, I asked Naomi what was off limits. She said that nothing was. Sit tight, John. Most of you will know that John has recently accepted a place at the London School of Economics to do a PhD, so he's a clever lad. Yet, like the rest of the family, he hasn't been a golden achiever at sports. Over the past 22 years, John has tried numerous sports, some credible and some ridiculous. He hasn't lacked enthusiasm. At a young age, he believed he was going to get scouted for the county basketball team. Mum has also reminded me of the time that was spent in Lily White's tennis shop in Leicester, where John bought all the necessary gear to be the next tennis champion. Not just one, but two perfectly made titanium Wilson tennis rackets that guaranteed victories were bought. Of course, when one was stolen, his career went downhill. When we were on holiday in Wales, he thought that canoeing would be a great idea. And for those of you who don't know Melton Mowbray very well, there is not a great deal of water. Indeed, some would say that Melton Mowbray is indeed landlocked. Now, I've heard that his misadventures in sports haven't stopped at uni either. His latest achievement, almost scoring an own goal with his bum. All I can say, and Naomi, I can't stress this enough, is when you go to Southern Ireland for your honeymoon, do not let him go to the local sports shops. You never know, he may buy the best hurling stick available. However, if there is one thing that John is, it is this. He's dedicated, focused, Some would say obsessive, and sometimes he doesn't know when to stop. For someone who is as smart as he is, he still finds a way to look dark. One summer, back in A-level time, he was seen constantly wearing a tank top and a flat cap. I suppose that's what happens when you work for Gap for a while. At another point, his love for doing card tricks meant that each birthday, most of the money that was spent on tricks was used on import charges from America. Another time, he managed to fracture his wrist whilst prancing around the kitchen in order to get Mum's attention. Most surprisingly of all, I've even seen him try to convince a meteorologist that global warming wasn't real. David, who is with us here today, will probably agree that he's had a long time to think this argument through. Especially now he's doing climate change. A characteristic of the Colmer family is that we are dedicated and we are passionate. John is committed to whatever cause he is interested in. Each birthday and Christmas list is filled with books on economics, and almost every journey we take is used to talk to one of us about the latest buzz. Now, if you don't care for economics, do not bring the topic up with him. Although you may learn something new and interesting, the time that you've spent listening to him will never be recovered. John's commitment to Naomi is no different. What we're celebrating today shows John's commitment and love to Naomi. If you've not heard of how he proposed to her, then it is a story that you must hear, for it shows how devoted he is. This day is a highly significant day for me, and I am overjoyed that I am John's best man. I have seen John in previous relationships, yet it's clear that his relationship with Naomi is one of deep and heartfelt love. I recently googled the term marriage, and the web defined it as a close and intimate union. When I look at John and Naomi, I see a couple who are strong. A couple who share in the tough times and in the good times. A couple who live up to this definition. I see a woman whom I'm glad is becoming part of our family, and a brother in whom I can be proud. John, you've taught me a great deal of things in my life, and I'm sure that you will continue to do so in the future. I look forward to the next stage in your relationship with Naomi, confident that you two will share a lifetime of happiness, and knowing that whatever is thrown at you, you will be alright. Naomi, welcome to the family. I think you know what you've got yourself into. To Jonathan and Naomi, may they be blessed in all they do as man and wife. Cheers.